right, thanks for coming to our brief bonfire demo. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day just to pop by to learn a little bit more about what bonfire is. My name is Stephanie, I'm the Business Development Manager here. Although this is a pre-recorded demo, feel free to ask me any questions. I am available in the live chat. If you have any questions afterwards, you can always send me an email, shoot me a text, give me a phone call. I'm available any which way. What we're going to go over today is just a quick why you need a digital platform to help support employee engagement, what Bonfire is, some of the use cases that we've seen around how you can utilize Bonfire, and then we'll jump into a really brief mobile demo. So let's jump in. Why Bonfire? Now more than ever, leaders have recognized the need to modernize how they develop relationships and culture across their organizations. Solutions have to be designed to deliver positive change and outcomes for employees and the organization, while ensuring these solutions are as efficient and effective as possible while developing and deploying your engagement tech stack. Bonfire can help, and it comes in the form of a dedicated digital space designed to build human connection at work. So what is Bonfire? We are an employee engagement platform. We create a single destination for every employee, from your field techs to your senior leadership, to build human connection with your work and the people that you work with at the heart of what you do. As we'll cover more during the demo, we bring together a suite of features, including communication, recognition, knowledge sharing, and access to key resources, and an everyday hub you'll actually enjoy using. And it's designed for large groups in real-time communication. Our focus on engagement and our capabilities are part of how we're different from other tools like Yammer and Microsoft Teams. Perhaps the most important of it all is how we implement Bonfire. So we learned long ago that technology alone is not enough to be successful. We know that for Bonfire to derive engagement, we need to have to put ourselves in the shoes of the folks that we want using our product to make sure that it creates value for them. We have a 90% user satisfaction rating and a 55 NPS score, which is 35% higher than the average. And we know that this is because of how closely we work with our customers and their team members to tailor fit the Bonfire experience to their needs. There is a host of use cases on how Bonfire can be used. Everything from connecting your hard to reach employees, which might be non-wired or remote, to navigating some of the changes and transformations that naturally happen within an organization. The unifying theme amongst all of them is the need to have an effective communication tool and to create a sense of belonging and connection within the team. So now to the fun part about what that actually looks like inside of Bonfire. So here you'll see Bonfire pulled up on my mobile screen. The way Bonfire is designed, it is created around an ecosystem of communities. As I mentioned before, we work very closely with our clients to make sure that these ecosystems make sense for them. You can start to imagine you would have things like an all employees community where you'd share important organizational updates, and then it can get broken down into department, role, or location that might be a little bit more specific on the information that you need shared. And then as folks start to use the platform, you might just see like ERGs or interest groups start to pop up. I'm going to hang out in the Bonfire demo community. So Bonfire communities can either be one-way chat feeds or two-way chat feeds. The benefit of a one-way chat feed is if you can imagine that all employees community where you might have a couple thousand folks imported. You might only need to be sharing company updates where folks can go to receive that news. Whereas your smaller communities, maybe your department, your location, your role specific, you want to encourage relationship building, Q&A, recognizing employees, and those would be your two-way chat feeds. This is actually a two-way chat feed. There are a handful of different communications inside of a chat feed. So you'll see down here, this is just a regular old chat. But if you look up a little further, you'll see this teal bar right here. That's actually an announcement. So it stands out from the chat feed a little bit more than just a regular user chatting. Announcements can only be posted by admins, and they are heightened communications. So if you just posted your company newsletter, if there's urgent information that your employees need, you can use the announcement feature. This does push a push notification to employees' phones so that they're aware that an announcement has been posted inside of Bonfire. The next level up of communication is this bright orange broadcast button here. A little bit more in your face. This communication is for urgent updates. You can attach photos, links, videos, PDFs, whatever information that your employees might need right away. This also sends a push notification to employees' phones, but it goes the next step in also sending them an email if they haven't opened it in 30 minutes. On the dashboard, you'll actually be able to get the read receipts for broadcast, so you can check and see who has and has not read it in case you need to reach out to those folks. So the chat feed is designed to build relationships. So you'll see a host of communications in here like photo sharing, commenting, reacting. This bright orange tab is actually a recognition post. So in Bonfire, we actually see more reactions to recognition posts than we do any other type of communication in Bonfire, really showing that folks like to build those relationships and that camaraderie with each other. Next, I'm going to hop over into the menu. So inside Bonfire, you can share links out to your intranet, PDFs, links out to your website. Really, any information that your employees might need, you can share it within Bonfire. You can imagine it might be things like onboarding resources or just day-to-day employee information that they'll need to access. They can get to all of that via their cell phone or on their web browser. The next thing that I'll show you is Quick Poll Builder. So inside of Bonfire, there's two ways that you can survey employees: via Quick Poll Builder, which is just really quick one question surveys that you can see the results to automatically. The second half is surveys. So you'll see this big old green button right here. Employees will see quick polls and surveys the same. Surveys are just a longer form version of those quick polls. So you imagine things like your, maybe your annual or quarterly employee survey, or if there's any organizational or company updates that you need to get some more information from your employees. On the user, super easy. And they're done. And then you will have access to all of this information on the desktop. Surveys can be, fully transparent, so you can see who answers which way. They can also be anonymous, which allows us to dig into some of that data on how folks are answering. So you might be able to tie some information back, like an employee that is more satisfied of working there has been recognized in the past 30 days. Along with that, so everything that takes place inside of Bonfire, you have access to all of that data. So you'll get a dedicated client success team. Not only will they help you build your communities and build your ecosystem and kind of show you best practices on how we've seen Bonfire used, they'll also be there to help you pull all of that data to start to see the trends in your employee workforce and see how Bonfire is helping you. So I'm going to jump out of the mobile version. And just really quick, I wanted to show you guys what some of those things do look like on the dashboard. You can see things like your engagement rate, people have opened your community, total community opens. When you really dig down in there, you can start to see menu clicks. So as I showed you the menu where you can house all of those resources, you can actually check to see what employees are clicking on. So if you have an FAQ doc and you see that is being clicked on a ton, you know that your employees are finding that information valuable, and that's what you can share more of. Same thing with peak usage. We've seen a lot of folks use the scheduler for chats and announcements and scheduling those posts when employees are more likely to be on the platform. As I mentioned, there is a host of insights that you can pull from Bonfire, and our team will always be here to help you get the information that you need and tie it back to your KPIs. With that in mind, I just wanted to show you guys a handful of the results that we've actually seen from folks using Bonfire. They typically fall into 3 buckets. So your engagement scores, employee performance, and retention. I will not go through each of these individually, but some of the things that we have seen is like a 10-point increase in inclusion and innovation once a global medical device manufacturer launched Bonfire for the UKI region. Also correlating between, the times a manager posts and the number of new customers added to that region. And then lastly, retention. So we have a host of different data points around retention, such as, a 55 decrease in attrition within a contact center, 90 days after deploying Bonfire, specifically for digital recognition and internal communications at their center. Well, thank you for coming to our demo. I really hope that you guys found all of this information helpful. As I said before, feel free to ping me in the live chat or just shoot me an email, text, phone call, whichever way you prefer to communicate. Looking forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.